So in January I watched a few films and TV shows, more than I usually do, so I thought I'd make this video. There's no specific order, I'm just gonna go through the list of the things I watched. It's a classic that I hadn't watched before, and it was really cool hearing the music actually in the film, because I've heard this soundtrack before and it's very iconic and recognizable, so it was cool to then actually see it in the film and how it made the whole film even better. I don't have too much to say about the film, but I'm sure you can watch a lot of YouTube videos that analyze it. I really enjoyed it, although I thought it was a bit too long on the boat. It felt like it dragged out a bit, and maybe that's because it was the first time watching it, and usually, at least for me, stuff feels longer the first time you watch it, because when you rewatch stuff, they go by much faster, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe you can relate. So I watched this film before and I absolutely love it. I really enjoy watching survival, the end of the world films and TV shows. What makes me really like this film is that there's no aliens or like zombies, it's people instead, and I find that very interesting. Also that we don't really know what's going on, and there's a lot of twists and turns, and seeing the characters react to everything and how they're gonna survive and how people change and what to believe or not. It's really quite scary but fascinating. Kind of gives me early seasons of The Walking Dead vibes, and I was a massive The Walking Dead fan, so I really like that. You get so invested, especially towards the end, that you just want more and more and more. And I really hope they make a sequel or a spin-off. I don't think they will, unfortunately, but I still have hope. I'm definitely gonna read the book though. Since I wanted to watch more survival stuff, I watched this one. Very interesting concept that it takes place just in the bunker. And I know this is a spin-off of a film, so it's in the same universe. I've not watched the film though, I think it's a film. My least favorite part of the film is the alien stuff, and I've heard people agree with me on that. Because in the beginning of the film I had theories like, oh, maybe there isn't an apocalypse going on. Maybe it's just a guy that owns a bunker that likes to lure people down to his bunker, and he's orchestrated all this to make it seem like something is actually happening. Because we don't actually see in the film too much of the outside world. I kind of in a way would prefer that. Although don't get me wrong, the film still had me hooked, and at times I was literally pacing around in the room because it was so stressful and intense. But the ending, I don't know. The very last scene, this is a minor spoiler, so you just mute this or skip ahead or watch anyways. It was a bit cringe, I don't know how else to say it, maybe cheesy. Because basically this person is listening to the radio and they're saying, like, go to this place if you want to help, and the character decides to do that, and I'm just thinking, why are they doing that? And what makes them think they're qualified just because they did this one thing and got very lucky? I don't know. Because I don't think they have experience with that. They're not been in the military or anything like that. Yeah, that's very interesting. I knew some things before watching it. It was about rich people, there's gross scenes, and it's made by a Swede. And I was right, there are gross scenes and I skipped them. That was a bit too much. I liked the overall film and I understood what they were going for, but there's two things that I think could have been better, in my opinion. Yes, my opinion. First being, I felt the beginning of the film was quite slow. I forgot the names, but the influencer and the model. It felt quite repetitive, and I felt like it could have been cut down. It was just kind of the same, establishing their relationship, and I just wanted to get to the actual plot, so it felt quite slow. Second thing is, I know the message is that anyone can abuse power, but I did not like that one of the characters did that, because it was awful what the person did and very disgusting, and I don't understand the motive, why they want to do that. But again, I understand anyone can abuse power, especially when the environment change and stuff. I also kind of wish the ending didn't end like that. I kind of wanted a bit more. Felt a bit, just ended quite abruptly, in my opinion. I was very, very intrigued watching this film and so shocked at some of the twists. I did not expect that, and I love that. Also love the colors and the setting of the film. It's very, very beautiful. And all the little Easter eggs and symbols, very smart. Another thing I loved is that the girls work together, and it just made me feel good. I don't know how else to describe it. Keep in mind though that some scenes are really disturbing to watch, but they do give a warning in the beginning of the film. Same with Triangle of Sadness. I don't really know how I feel about the ending, again with abusing power. I see both sides. Minor spoilerish. I'm trying to talk around it and not mention any names. So if you don't want anything, skip ahead. Otherwise, keep listening. Because in a way, the character is now abusing their power. But again, the other character deserves it, kind of, because absolutely horrible. And I see the point of maybe the authorities wouldn't really do anything, or they would try but wouldn't really do anything, because sometimes people escape justice, so maybe this is the best way for this character to get their karma, so to say. So if you watched it, what do you think? I mean, they do deserve it though. But in a way, I still want them to, like, face the publicity and, like, prison for what they did. I don't know. I watched this film before and I really like it. It's definitely not a feel-good film, so if you're not feeling well and want something to cheer you up, don't watch the film. Although it is a dark comedy, so you can laugh at it, but it's not nice things that are happening. I still really recommend watching it though. I think they build the sets from scratch. I'm not sure about all of them, but they're very cool, but depressing. Also the shots and the angles are so beautiful. It's like a painting. I think there's a YouTube video that breaks down Roy Andersson's shots. His shots are very, very beautiful and so cool, because usually something is happening in the background as well, so you should not just be paying attention to what's going on in the foreground, but also the background. And yeah, I really take inspiration from him, and he's probably my favorite director. I also do believe Ari Aster takes inspiration from him, or he really likes him. So if you're an Ari Aster fan, maybe check out Roy Andersson's films. So this is a show I've seen before. Unfortunately, it got cancelled after 2 seasons. I'm still hoping that they will revive it one day. If I could, if I had money, I would produce it myself, but I can't, unfortunately. I would do the same with 1899. That's on Netflix. Didn't deserve to get cancelled. I'm still not over it. This show has a really good structure, especially in season 1. It really makes you sympathize with all the girls, and seeing them interact and the different dynamics are very interesting and unique. Besides that, it's just very interesting seeing them survive and the twists and turns that you find out along the way. Season 2, yeah, it's not as strong, and a lot of people have pointed out that they did not like how the boys were written, and I agree, it was definitely not as good. Not horrible though, I still enjoyed it. And I also feel in season 2 that the girls didn't really have a lot to do. But there was still stuff going on, and it was leading up to something big that I really wish we could have taken part of. I wasn't too keen on watching this film, but I ended up really liking it. I wish we would have seen more of them driving around, visiting different cities and towns, because that was my favorite part, just that you got to see what the world or the country looks like and how people have changed and how horrible people can be. Also very interesting that the film was from the perspective of the journalists. I will say though that one character was really quite annoying in my opinion, and they did not learn their lesson and they ended up doing something that can't be undone. It's a great show that showcases these horrible real events. I did not know about them beforehand, I don't think, so I learned a lot. And it was absolutely horrible seeing how the authorities and the police did not listen to these women, and also that it took so long to solve this case just because people were so stubborn about their theories. It's really unbelievable. But the cast and crew, they did an amazing job. So I've been to the Canary Islands, and this is something that could happen in real life, so I was really interested in watching this show. However, there were only 4 episodes, but 1.5 episodes, nothing happened. I understand that they need to set up the characters and that we learn about them and we sympathize with them, but it was too long because there's only 4 episodes. Also, something that really bugged me is the plot armor. I'm gonna try to not spoil it, but something that happens in the last episode, I was like, if they survive this, I'm done. And they did survive it. And also, it's the characters that we follow and see that survive, mostly. It's just not very realistic. And a lot of people agree that they did not like that part. Okay, so there's gonna be kind of spoilers when I'm talking about this film, so just skip ahead because I can't really talk around it this time. The film kept me guessing, which is a big plus. I really enjoy when films do that. And I did not know how it was gonna go, who was gonna be guilty. However, I found it really strange that no one really acknowledged what the boy did to the dog. That's absolutely horrible what he did, and I don't know why he's not being held more accountable for this. Very scary and unsettling why he would do that. I know he was trying to test his theory, but he could have literally, killed the dog. It's absolutely horrible. Because this made me think that maybe the boy is the guilty one. Maybe he was indeed very upset about the accident and blamed the dad. Because I mean, he's capable of doing that to his dog, so I don't know. Would have been very interesting though. I know they left it kind of open-ended, which can be quite interesting because you can theorize and analyze the film more and talk to other people. But yeah, what do you think about the film if you watched it? I can see what they were going for with the film, but it was not well executed, was it? And also the songs are not good. I'm sorry, but they're not. Although that song when she goes into the clinic, it makes me laugh, it's quite funny. I don't understand really the message. I mean, of course it's good that Emilia is trying to become a better person, but the things she did in her past, you can't just forget about them. It's just weird because she's getting praised, but then she's hurt and killed so many people. After I watched the film, I read reviews and I found out all about the controversies and why people hate it, and rightfully so. I still can't believe, what was it, that they couldn't find Mexican cast and crew? Like, what? You kidding me? Really, really strange. And the fact, I can't believe it, they got 13 Oscar nominations. That is ridiculous. It's more than The Godfather, I believe. And I mean, that's supposed to be the best film ever. The Oscars hasn't been yet, so we'll see how that turns out. Started out very strong, very interesting concept. What is going on? Why can this girl do these things? Why is she writing the dates? And how can she know this? Very interesting seeing the main guy, I forgot his name, Nicolas Cage, solving the numbers, or its dates, or its coordinates now. But then the ending, sorry, it's going to be spoilers because I can't not talk about this. Like, what was that? I'm sorry, but I did not like that. First of all, what was the point of the whole film then if they were just going to be taking away those kids? I think there were more kids that got chosen because there were more spaceships. Second thing is, how are they going to survive if they're kids on a different planet? And also third, if it was my kid, I would never ever let them go off with strangers or these beings. We don't even know if they're good. They might be evil, they might be just tricking the kids. I don't know, very strange, very, very strange. These were the films and TV shows I watched in January. If you want, you can comment what you watched, and if you've seen some of the shows and films, please comment what you thought about them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!